a question that is usually used with so much distress, like discomfort. The question feels to the mind like a nagging thing, like a disturbance that you have, a burden that you want to get rid of. Just tell me, give me the answer, so I can write it down, so I can know, so I can memorize, store in my memory. If we only begin to think of questions not as disturbances, as an uncomfortable state to be in, suddenly we realize what this huge question mark that is over our heads and over the whole universe is trying to do. It's not a problem that needs to be solved. It's a tremendous cleansing, purifying force that is meant to show us reality. And when I say reality, it is very important to mention, we can sit here, for example, in a group and ask, what is love? And whatever we have reached in this dialogue would mean nothing for tomorrow. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's really important. It means nothing. It cannot help us tomorrow. Tomorrow, if we ask again what is love, it will have to be starting again, because spirituality has no history. You don't accumulate it. It's not like something that you can store. As a treasure. That's the second thing that I saw in Krishnamurti was, he died at the age of 91. And even when he was in his late 80s, his friends, the ones that he used to be in dialogue with them for 30, 40, 50 years, then they would tell him, let's sit for a dialogue to ask a question, what is time? And then he would be so enthusiastic and start again. It wasn't like okay, I will tell you. It was like, let's start a journey, and it's not a manipulation. It's really because what you knew yesterday, especially, but this is really funny, right? The question, what is time? Yeah. If you think you can answer this from yesterday, that puts you in a bit of a ridiculous state. For example, if you speak of the now, you have to speak of the now from the now, right? The now is not a concept, but we are making it one. And we're living in a world where everyone is constantly producing answers. It's like everyone says something, and it's already a cliches about cliches about cliches. It's like nothing is fresh anymore. And our minds are so sophisticated that they imagine that they know even things that they don't know at all, just because they think they know. You see, it's like it's a mental game. just because you can play with words and concepts inside your brain. But it's not about, life is not about the ego of knowing. It's about this love affair between my mind and my heart and the universe. And the best way to make love with the universe is through a question. So it will be funny to ask now if there are any questions. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not so funny to ask that. Yes, let's start. Okay, any type of question? Well, I will answer this in two parts. First of all, when I talk about this tool, then yes, it all starts with the big questions. First of all, you start with the big questions. The big questions that have no answer, and that we're the ones that we keep asking for thousands of years, and we still have no clue. These are the questions that the universe planted in us, that are meant to take us beyond, to states of self-transcendence. Can we use that for many other questions? Of course, for any question, as long as the ones involved are all passionate about resolving, you see? Mm-hmm. It's that this has to be the thing. This has to be the unification. We all want to know. We are all positively troubled by this question. But of course, the transformative ones, the ones that are meant to, that can change our minds and hearts, are the big questions. What questions could you think of as the big questions? Let's make a fun list. That's a good one, yes. Who am I? Yes.
What's the meaning of life? What's the meaning of life?
Yes. What is the meaning of life? Why do I not understand? Okay, that could be. Do I not understand eternity? Of course, when you are starting to use it to negate, then we immediately ask, yes, but does it assume that you are meant, or should the question be why can I not understand? Can't I understand eternity? Yes, please.
What is death?
What is death? Yeah.
And what will die?
Sorry?
And what will die?
What is death and what will die? Yes, that's a very good question. Nobody has a clue. And what dies? That's very powerful.
What is the soul? What is the soul?
What is the soul? If there is any.
There's also a question here. Can you read it in German?
What else?
Where do we come from?
Where do we come from? Yes.
What is time?
What is time, and what is the timelessness?
Who is the observer?
Sorry?
Who is the observer?
Who is the observer? Yes.
The observer.
What is God? If there is such a thing.
Why are we here? I mean, that's what
Yes.
I meant with the why.
Yes, that could be a very good. It could be interchangeably with what is the meaning of life. Why are we here? Yes. And I like that you ask, why are we here? Because why am I here is, can be like a personal destiny, right? That I have some specific thing to do here. But why are we here is a big question. Why are we all here? Yes.
Can I love all there is, or all there is?
Can I love all there is? Very good. Yes. And what is love, of course?
What is humanity?
Yeah. What does it mean also to be a human being? Yes. Yes.
What is enlightenment?
Sorry?
What is enlightenment?
What is enlightenment? Yes. Now, when you look at all these questions, the question is, do they excite you? Do they excite you? The fact that they are here, is it wonderful or is it troublesome? All these questions, they are keys. And they drive us. And all of you will have to ask them, even if you will get 1,000,000 of answers. You see? Eventually, it's only you can ask the question, and only you can be led by the question to a state that is a sort of an answer, but not really. So now the second thing that I want to say about your question is a question doesn't have to be literal. Sometimes even, for example, an intimacy that is connected to heart or body is also based in some kind of a question, our unconscious. Like, for example, when we meet to share emotionally or physically, the question that we have is, what is love? What does it mean to truly meet? So it doesn't have to be literal, like or verbal, but it can be an understanding that there is some kind of a question mark that makes us meet. Do you understand? And that's why we meet. We meet to explore, not to throw on each other all what we already have. That's what makes a meeting new and creative. So there were many questions. Yes, please. And here, and here, and here, yes. 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 We accept that we do not know. This is what we did at the beginning of our morning. And there has to be an acceptance of the mystery, a recognition of it, but we also need to understand that the questions are there to take us beyond and to expand our consciousness.
The expansion.
Which means that if I just say, yeah, well, there are no answers, I cannot know anything anymore anyway, that's not enough. You see? It's just because that's also an answer. Do you understand? That's also a final answer. Anything that I have as a final conclusion, concept about life, is blocking me. Doesn't allow me to open up now to reality. That's very subtle. So if I say, you cannot find an answer. There's no point in asking anything. Just be in the not knowing. That's already an answer. It's philosophy. I have a concept, too. And then I sit in a group and they ask something and then I say, yeah, but you cannot know. So just rest in the not knowing. Which means that I already have an answer which can be nice as a I don't know, as a book. But not in my relationship with the universe.
But the state was global and
You don't need to defend your state. I'm respecting and be convinced that I recognize completely the place from which you are talking.
good.
Yes. Yes.
Blessed you are.
Hmm?
Blessed you are.
Otherwise, what's the point? But I'm just bringing you further. Yes. 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 Exactly. I'm just saying I have something has opened up. I see. But now it formulates into a concept. We need to not allow it to happen. That's it. And that's because that's reality is always fresh. Always. That's the meaning, everyone speaks of being in the now. Right? It sounds like so if you are in the now, any concept is of the past. Yeah. Aha. What, because you're waving so strongly? Yeah, okay, I surrender. Yes, it's because you're waving so strongly. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, please. Okay. Be aware. Yeah, be aware is also a technique. To be sure, right? It's just a technique. What? When somebody tells you be aware, this is a technique. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes. So, and when there is a question, that's also obviously a technique.
Yeah.
Everything is a technique, except for the non-technique, which is everything. All techniques point at the real thing, and no technique is the real thing. Obviously, they're just trying to lead to a state which has nothing to do with techniques, which has nothing to do with being aware, being not aware. It's all, everything is so just not the real flower. But we are using techniques. So what is the question? How is it different from being aware? Of course, but this is a different. This creates special conditions. You see, it's being aware is a very good technique for just your daily life while you're driving, while you're doing all that, and so on. But if you want to attain true intimacy with people, for example, what this entire seminar is all about, if you want to be able to reach with people this visual manifest state of sharing reality and seeing it together, that is a better technique. You see? That's very simple. It's all what you use when you use. And that's enough. That's enough. Yes, please. Of course.
Yeah.
That's where we all start. We all start from the mind. Why? Because the other techniques you already know. You just told me about. So what do you want me to say? Let's do breathing technique. Do you understand? We already know that. Do you understand?
Okay.
That's a joke. Yes, because this creates actual transcendent states of the heart and the mind that really allow the single intelligence to operate. This is different. It's not just a feeling of unity with people. It's making this unity speak, communicate, and that's why it is called enlightened dialogue. You see? So this is, again, after this break, we are going to have a very special type of expansion, and the expansion will be just another type that is completely not this method. You see, we are in this school of self-expression. It's all about learning how to communicate, how to use our voice, and to speak and to engage in a dialogue with others in a way that is enlightened. That's basically the question of this seminar. You see? Yeah. And I'm just offering it. You can try it. Yes, please. I'm not sure if I understand how your body is not involved or how this contradicts your body. Because asking a question and being in a state is completely physical. It goes to the cell level. If I know what love is, I don't know it just with my feeling or with my head. I know it. This is my feeling. You see, my senses are engaged in it. I become one with it. If I get in touch with not knowing, my body becomes one with the not knowing. So I don't understand if something is real, it always includes the body. If silence pervades me, my body is silent. It's not, I'm not silent in my head. So what does that mean? No, it will not be that dangerous, but you might do some strange stuff, yes. When I enter the awakening period, I would sit in a restaurant and eat with friends, and then suddenly I would feel Kundalini starting. And then I would say, please forgive me, I will come back after some time, and then I would just go to the street and just run. I ran, and there was so much energy awakening in the body. That's the only way I could respond. So, and Kundalini made my body do so many things that it's actually it's a very long list. It makes you dance, it makes you run, it puts you in asanas that are not the asanas that they teach in yoga, and it sometimes silences your body to a state in which you are just unable to move. It does anything, and that's but it doesn't make you jump from the roof or something like that, or endanger yourself, because you're not involving in it dangerous practices. You see, like taking psychedelics, like doing things that bring you to a breakdown. So there's nothing can be that extreme. But it can be strange, yes, socially strange. It's strange to leave the restaurant for 15 minutes and then to come back. Yes, I used to live with my parents at that time. We were sitting for dinner, and then I would just feel the energy bubbling, and I would just not be able to be the person that I was supposed to be. And then I said, please forgive me, no drama. And then I just would go to my room, explode with tears and laughter and all that, and then come back and just sit and eat. Okay, we'll now take a break of 20 minutes. We'll meet once again soon. Thank you.